Everybody has a dream, but sometimes even our biggest ones in life don't turn into what we thought they'd become. Raised in a tough neighborhood by a tougher, loving mother, young Joe Smith becomes the National Basketball Association's #1 draft pick. Chosen by the Golden State Warriors, Joe's full of hope and determined to win. But he quickly discovers the triumphs, tragedies, and temptations in the unique underbellied NBA universe, eventually playing for a record 12 teams throughout his career. From losing tens of millions of dollars to getting lured into a colossal contract scandal, Joe perseveres to get one final shot with the very team he's dreamed of playing for his entire life. But Joe realizes that the worst thing is to lose, not in sports, but in the game of life, with the potential loss of the ones who truly love you. Here in part 1 of his candid conversation with filmmaker Walter Richardson, Joe shares the personal story of a superstar turned journeyman, an everyman like us, simply trying to find the way home.
You ever been investigated?
Sure, I got investigated before I got drafted.
Well, right.
They interviewed some of my friends, talked to some of the homies.
So what, your friends called you up and was like, yo,
They told me
this
they
dude,
were wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
told me
dude
they
came
were
through.
wrong. Yeah.
You're what, 19?
When I got drafted, I was 19 when I got drafted.
They said there's somebody to investigate you. Look, I'm 19 years old. I'm fucking up a lot.
I got into a little bit of trouble, but it wasn't nothing that they could ever find out.
Well, you weren't breaking in the house.
Right, I wasn't doing nothing crazy like some of these other cats doing, so it wasn't nothing that was alarming, you know what I mean?
Right.
That they would be like, that raise their eyebrows a little bit.
Right.
So when they did all that, everything for me came back clean.
That's interesting that they would investigate a high schooler.
Anybody that they're about to sign, put those $1 million behind, they gonna investigate and find out what they used to do, what they into, who they know. they want to know.
Do they ask like about your attitude, like how does he treat his friends?
Yeah, probably
Character
ask all
stuff.
character stuff, attitude. I know they definitely asked with one of my teammates in high school. So they probably asked him my work, my work ethic and all types of stuff like that. So
Work ethic.
Wow. They want to know everything.
Do they interview friends? They don't interview family members, all right?
No, no family member told me they got interviewed. Just
Because they figure they lie for you anyway.
right.
All right, so you went to Golden State. When you found out you got traded from Golden State, was you in the bed? You said on ESPN, right?
Yep, on ESPN. I was in Portland at a hotel room in Portland, and it was the day of the trade deadline. It was maybe
Hours.
No, minutes before the deadline. It was minutes before the deadline. I woke up from I take a nap, but we had a game in Portland. I usually take a nap on game day, and I woke up from my nap and I'm sitting there by the room service and turn the TV on, and I'm turning to ESPN, and right across the bottom line, Joe Smith, Brian Shaw traded to Philadelphia 76ers for Jimmy Jackson and I think a pick or somebody else. And I'm looking like, huh? And then maybe like 5 minutes later, my phone rang and my agent called. And he was like, I don't know if you heard yet, but trade's been made. Where you going? I was like, I know already. So I had to pack up everything right there in the room. They went on to the game. I had to go to the airport. Got there late.
What'd you have to fly to Oakland for? Sign some papers?
No.
The Warriors?
No, because I had to go back to get some stuff.
Oh, you
my clothes, yeah. I had to go back to Oakland, get my clothes, pack up a bunch of stuff for the rest of the season. So I had to go back there. They give you 48 hours to do all that stuff before you have to report to the next team. So I flew all the way back to Oakland, stayed there that night, packed up some whatever I could, and I flew to Philly the next day.
When you left the hotel in Golden State, did people come to your room like, Joe, yo, peace out, good luck?
Portland?
When you were in Portland,
No, because everything happened so quick.
They was already in there.
Everything happened so quick. They weren't able to do that. They was on their way to the bus and they was on their way out to the game. And then, I'm doing my thing, trying to get ready. And I don't even think I saw anybody.
How did you feel though? Did you feel like they threw you away, or
The first trade, I felt, because I kind of wanted it, because I felt that the team wasn't going in that direction I wanted to. I was expecting them to, so I kind of wanted to trade. I wouldn't say force their hand, but I had my agent in their ear.
Right. Well, if you're not going to use them this way, maybe.
Right. Or you guys not going to bring this along, or you're not going to put these type of pieces around it. Maybe it shouldn't be here. This and that and that.
Right.
And that's why I was shocked that it happened right at the deadline. Because
you tried everything, it just didn't work.
Yeah, it was already, in their ear for months, It was in their ear for months already. So, and right before the deadline, they pulled the trigger and I guess found a deal. But that's why I was kind of shocked, because we was already kind of talking about it. But I knew about it. I just didn't know what to expect next. Mm-hmm. It was my first time being traded. Just getting used to being in Oakland and playing, getting used to the NBA game and getting used to the feel of the NBA. My 2.5 years in now. So I just didn't know what to expect being moved to another team and having to, restart everything. So that's the only shock.
What did your mom was living at your house in Oakland?
Not then. Oh. My mom was back in Virginia then. She only stayed my first year. And this was my third year.
Did you have any girlfriend or anybody at the time?
At that time, I was dating my baby mama, Lil Joe's mom.
Where'd you meet her?
Son. She's in the Bay.
Okay. Did you have a kid yet?
Yep, Lil Joe was born.
By the first trade?
Yeah, Lil Joe was born. They were living at the house with me.
In Oakland? So you literally have 2 days. You come home, you got 2 days to tell your girl. Yeah. Was she fiancé at the time?
No, it was just my girl.
But you had the baby.
Yeah.
So you're like, I gotta bounce.
Right.
Like, I'm out.
I gotta go.
Did she say she was coming with you?
She wanted to, but she ended up staying there at the house.
Well, she got a baby.
Right. Exactly.
How old was he?
He was, it might have been like 6 months then, 7 months then.
You come in, you got 2 days to say goodbye.
I got 2 days, come in, pack up my stuff, say adios, and I'm send for y'all in a minute when I get situated.
Was she crying when you left?
I mean, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was emotional. I mean, it was we both was young, because she was there too, Yeah. And yeah, she cried. We both, got emotional. But I was like, this is part of the business. I gotta, what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm sure you didn't think the part of it, like it would just snag you like that. Like it was like.
Not then. At that time, I didn't.
Right.
At that time, I didn't. I mean, it caught me off guard. I mean, just having to move so quick, everything moving so quick, everything is quick. I mean, you go from just chilling, comfortable, like, we play here tonight. I know we got tomorrow. I know we got tomorrow. I know we got the next day. I know we got day to. I don't know what the hell I got.
Like I'm just gone.
Right. I'm weak. I mean, everything is played by ear for at least about until you get situated with the other team. Everything is pretty much by ear. I mean, you have to, try and learn a whole new schedule. I mean, I'm going from one time zone, three time zones away. Different clock, everything. So it was crazy at first.
So when you met the team, you met them in Philly, or were they on the road?
Nope, they was on the road already. I met them in it was somewhere where we just played too. I had to go right back to where we just played. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was on the road though.
So when they tell you got to report to the team, you had to fly to Philly to do a physical.
Nah, they'll do it right there.
Well, wait a minute. You were on the road though when you got traded.
So their trainers and everything are right there. The doctors, everything. If they need you to go to a doctor, if you meet them on the road, they got everything lined up already. The team. So you don't have to. So you don't have to.
Right.
Like so when I met them on the road,
they would send you right to the doctor.
Yep, everything is right there.
Their own team though.
Not on the road. They got, they might be the other team doctors, or might be a doctor that they worked with before, but nah, the team doctor's back in Philly.
Did you have any injuries at that point?
Not at that point.
That you had to report?
Yeah, no, not at that point. I don't even think I missed too many games at that point.
Okay. So you get a physical. You flew in, sent you right to the doctor. Mm-hmm. They got to report that you passed the physical so that the train goes through.
Yeah.
They reported that. And when did you get your uniform?
Got a game that night.
Yeah.
The night I got
Did
there.
you suit up?
Yep, I had to. Because the numbers were low. Because the train. The train.
How do you pick a number?
No, not jersey numbers, but
You had to show up.
just the number, like the team. Though, like we only had like 8 people suited up. 7, you know what I mean? Everybody had to suit up because because of the trade.
Did you wear a uniform that night?
Oh yeah, I had to suit up. Yeah, that night I got there. That night I got there. I took my physical that morning, met him at shoot around, walked through some plays with him, did it again before the game, tried to refresh it, did a little quick refresher. I ain't started none, but I came off the bench, but I had to play that night. We ran some simple basic stuff that I knew. They throw you right into the action.
How did you get your number?
Oh, 32 was retired, so I couldn't get it there.
Right, so you just...
Yeah, so
But they were on the road.
Yeah, they asked me before I got there. Like I talked to them before I got there. When I was back in Oakland packing up my stuff, did the coaches call you? Everybody call you? No, they just had it. Oh yeah, the radar.
Right.
The team, yeah. But yeah, I mean, everybody call you right after the trade. Welcome you to the team, whatever. Ask you what number you want to wear. Tell you where they at. Tell you where they gotta meet you. Tell you who's gonna be there to pick you up. That's what I'm saying. Everything just happens so fast.
So what was your first encounter with Iverson?
We knew each other. We grew up together.
Right. But when you first got there, what was when you first opened the door to go on the train, he was there.
Oh yeah.
What did he say to you?
Oh man, he was happy to see me. He was excited. He was happy to see me. He was like, man, you know how long I've been waiting for this? Because that's all we talked about. I told you before he got into the bar fight. He was going to go to Maryland too with me.
Oh, he was going to go to Maryland?
Yeah, he was going to go to Maryland.
He wanted to play with you?
Yeah.
I mean, he knew.
Yeah, because we played together as kids growing up. So, you know what I'm saying? Man, we could have, he knew we would have played together at college, what would have happened?
Oh,
so, he before he got into that trouble. So, that's something we talked about as kids, man. As growing up, we both gonna make it. We gonna be on the same team. And then when that happened, that's another reason why I really wasn't upset, because of where I was going. I knew I was going, somewhere playing with somebody I played with my whole life. So
how did that pan out?
I mean, it was pretty much as expected. I mean, I was coming off the bench the rest of that season. I was only there for 2 months, like 2.5 months. I was coming off the bench behind DC, Derek Coleman, the rest of that season. And
did anything happen in Philly that you remember? Like, you ever go out with Iverson and people pulling out guns or something? Like, Iverson was crazy out in the street. I mean, athletes, they know a lot of drug dealers, strippers, whatever, when they get out in the street, because you grew up. Right. You knew some of these people. You got people coming into town. That's my man from VA.
No, he always kept a gang of folks with him, though. No matter where. I mean, all these people back from home, but it was always a gang of folks with him, though.
20 people?
Oh, yeah, 20 or more.
So you could be at the club, you would go by yourself?
No, I'd be at the club with a few of my friends. I maybe no more than about 10 people with me.
That's still a lot.
Then,
But then were they with you? You were paying for them?
No.
Or they just wanted to hang with you?
Yeah, it was, cats I was with, yeah.
So you were out with your group, and then here comes 20 people with this little dude with braids.
Yeah.
Walk up to
the club. Just walking through that club. They ain't no walking up to it, walking through that joint. Boy, half the time you couldn't even see him.
That's what I'm saying.
Until he get up on me. Yeah, but I mean, he was always happy to see me though, whatever.
So in Philly, was there ever any incidents that you remember where you were like, yo, Philly's crazy? Like this ain't like Oakland is crazy.
Right.
Philly at that time it was Philadelphia.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean? So were you ever in any situations where you were like, this ain't good? Like hanging out like this might not be good for my career, or my health.
It was always something going on in Philly, though.
Right.
Because he used to have a lot of parties up there.
What would he throw his parties at? Like hotels?
Different clubs, different clubs, different venues. Then he had the TGI Fridays restaurant. Like after every game, he would go there and eat. So that shit was like a club. itself.
How much money he could have made if he charged Fridays?
Right, exactly.
Promotion. He could have
So
lived
it was
on
like
that
a club. I'm telling you, it was like a club. People outside can't even get in, can't get a table.
At Friday.
After TGI Fridays. So we would all go there, chill out after the game, eat, whatever. But sometimes, you know, shit, because people can't get in. So tempers get flared, fights get broken out, bottles get thrown, all types of stuff.
So what was up with the women in Philly?
What you mean?
I mean, wherever he went, I know the women was. I knew when he came out here one day.
Yeah, the women was thick in Philly. The women was, yeah. I love the Philly women.
Did they ever try to get with you to try to get with him?
Nah, I would never.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah.
So what was your first encounter with groupies? Was it in Philly or in Oakland?
Oakland.
Like what kind
Before
of,
I got there.
How deep was it? Because usually what it is, it's like you got the girls that are fans, and then you got the girls, they know all the players, and all the players know them, and it's that group, it's like, here they come. You know what I mean? That's the way, so that's the way you already knew about it from Oakland. About just how, I mean, these groupies run.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
I'm getting with him,
Yeah.
and he's going to do this for me, and I'm going to
I mean, back then it was crazy because they used to go by. I mean, but now they Google people. But back then, the USA Today used to post on every player's salary in the newspaper, like the start of the season, whatever. So every chick you came across knew how much you made back then. I mean, it's probably worse now because they can Google it real quick, and they probably, got exactly what you earned. But I mean, then they put that article out, and from then on, it's crazy. Every chick know what you make, so they gun it for you.
Did Iverson ever throw any parties that was like at his house, private parties with him?
I knew where to kick it with him and where not. You know what I'm saying?
Because some of it was going to be
right,
too much.
Exactly. Now some of it's not my image.
But you was invited to it.
Yeah, but some of us, yeah. I had some homies go, they come back to tell me some of the stories, but nah, like that wasn't my image. That wasn't what I was trying to portray.
Was that because of the way you were raised?
Yeah, my upbringing.
So it's not that you didn't want to do it, it's that you didn't want to be on the front page.
I knew, my mom would kick my ass, bro. Hey, yo, I was so scared, it was fear.
It might not have been fear, it might have been you just didn't want to disappoint.
Disrespect or disappointed, that's what it is, yeah. But that's still fear.
A little bit.
Fear of the
Could you imagine?
Man, it would have crushed her. It would have crushed me more than her. To see her, you know what I'm saying? To see her hurt like that.
Right.
So yeah, I knew how far to go, and that's why, you know, a lot of times I knew where to go, how far to go, because I mean, it was hurt. It was hurt in the back of my mind. Like I'm telling you, she used to smack me in the back of my head. We'd be in the car, I say something or do something wrong, smack me right upside the back of my head. So I felt that smack in the back of my head.
Did you, so when you were in Philly, did you meet a new girlfriend?
Not a girlfriend, but I just started messing around with different women though.
So I mean, being you were there so short,
yeah,
your girl never made it out there.
She came out once. They came out once for a trip and stayed for about a week, and then went back.
Okay. And then at the end of that season, did they say was your contract was?
My contract was up, so I was a free agent.
Rookie contract.
Yeah. So that was the end of my third year. So that was my rookie contract was up, and I was a free agent.
Did they say they were going to renew? They said we don't know. We'll let you know, or what? I mean,
Really?
Yeah.
They made an offer, but it was I didn't. Yeah, I mean it wasn't low, but I didn't feel I wanted to go somewhere else because I was coming off the bench still, and I knew that I would continue to come off the bench because DC was still there. And, I think they had Theo Ratliff at the 5, so the position wasn't there for me, so I wanted to move on anyway.
So what happened? So your agent puts this out and says Joe is willing to sign with the right opportunity.
Nah, I mean once you're a free agent, they start reaching out to your agent. So
but you're looking for the right opportunity.
Right, exactly.
You're not looking for money.
No, I'm looking for the right opportunity.
So what came up?
So I signed with Minnesota.
This is your first stint with Minnesota.
Yeah.
KG was there already.
KG was there already. Tom Gugliotta was there before I got there, but he signed with Phoenix that year, so he was gone. So that opened up that 4 spot for me. And shoot, it was young. They had a nice squad, so I was like, shoot.
Who was the point guard?
At that Steph on Marbury at that time. So I played a half a season with him at Minnesota. But I signed.
He got traded.
Then he got traded, yep.
Where'd he go to the Knicks after? No, Phoenix.
Phoenix, yep. But yeah, I got signed with Minnesota. I did a 1-year deal. 1-year deal. So this is what I told you, so I could build up my bird rights, so I can get a long-term deal. Mm-hmm. So I had to do 3 1-year deals.
That's the rule?
Yeah, that's how it set for. Because I wasn't under a contract with them before, because I was with Philly before. In order for me to get my bird rights with them, I had to do.
Well, why were the bird rights so important?
Because for a long-term deal, for me to get my max, I had to get my bird rights.
I didn't think it worked like that.
Yeah, I had to get my bird rights. If you want to become a max player, you have to get your bird rights.
For that team.
Yeah.
Bird rights is only for one team.
For one team, right.
Yeah. So, but you didn't have. Could you have signed a 3-year contract?
It wouldn't have did it.
Because they wanted to keep clearing the gap.
Yeah.
So who convinced you to do this 3 1-year deal?
I did.
So your agent said, here's the choice.
He told me, he didn't really want me to go there. He wanted me to go to Dallas. My agent wanted me to go to Dallas, but they had Dirk at the 4, and I forgot who they had inside at the 5. But they had, they already had their position set. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna go here, play my butt off, do what I gotta do, get my bird rights, and then, sign a max deal. We'll be all right.
So what happened?
So I went up there, played well, first 2 years, and then I'm trying to remember what year. Was it my 3rd year that this? I think somewhere during my 2nd year.
That's when it blew up.
No, that's when I think they went and did the deal.
That's when How long was that deal that they did for, the shady deal?
It was supposed to be like, 7 years, $80 million. But I had to finish out the bird rights or something like that.
Oh, so that's where it got caught up.
Yeah, because
it's like if you finish this up,
because at the
for
end
this
of that,
little bit of money,
right then,
this will kick in.
Yeah. So then after that breaks out. That comes out because of the agents. They get into a dispute. It was 2 agents working together. Then they get into a dispute and they want to go their separate ways. And one agent take a certain amount of clients and the other take, a certain amount of clients. But one agent took all the younger clients with more potential,
mm-hmm.
More earning potential.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other agent, he had the older clients that was on their way out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So they started beefing over that, and all of a sudden that contract issue comes out until their court dispute. Not mine.
So it came out when they were in court?
Yeah, they going to court. So in their court dispute, it comes out. And that's how I find out.
And then the
NBA investigate, and then that's why I was end up being free of everything, but still, in order for me to play that season, and not just sit out the entire season, I had to go somewhere else and not stay in Minnesota. And I believe that was my 3rd year in Minnesota.
So you lost your bird rights also?
No, I didn't. They didn't take my bird rights because I went and played 1 year somewhere else. They allowed me to keep my bird rights. They allowed me to keep my bird rights. So I came back and signed it was a 6-year deal with Minnesota.
And how much was that for?
34.
So when you sign a deal like that, a 6-year deal, $34 million, how much do you actually get? Like, what do you see?
Man,
the agent, what does the agent take?
Uncle Sam take half of it right away.
Well, what does the agent take?
Oh, you can negotiate your agent.
So you sign for $30 million, you might walk away with 11 by the time you pay taxes and the agent.
Yeah, about that.
And you're getting paid. When does the NBA pay?
They pay it. You can work it out. You can do it all year round, or you can do it during the season.
So in Minnesota, once this deal came out, so you were balling in Minnesota. You got there, you were like, okay, we building something.
Yeah, balling, starting, we balling, we winning 50 games a year, making the playoffs, doing our thing.
So then this deal thing comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? Now you're the bad guy.
Now I'm the bad guy. Everybody, because they lose draft picks.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota, they got hit hard. The Timberwolves
They
got hit
lost
hard.
draft picks for like 3 years.
Well,
maybe 2.
no, I think it was a long time, maybe 3 to 5 years, something like that. Yeah, it was a while. They lost draft picks for a while, and and the way the story comes out is it was my fault. Everybody's pointing the finger, looking at me, and then I'm innocent on the outside looking in myself. As they get it, I get it right before they get it.
So then how did the fans treat you?
It depends. Some of them was alright, but some of them was kind of crazy.
Anybody
Some of them
throw
was
anything at
crazy.
you?
No, they ain't
Like, beer or whatever?
just screaming, different shit. You
You cost us our draft picks. Da.
While you're playing? I'm
Yeah.
talking about when you're in the street.
Oh,
When you're at
same
the
thing.
restaurant.
No, same thing.
So you sitting at a restaurant. Give me an
Same
example.
Like if I'm sitting at a restaurant just chilling, me and whoever I'm with, like somebody would just come up, recognize me, whatever. Yeah, come up and they just start.
No, tell me what they would do.
Like they just go at me. They'll just be like, yo, they'll just be like, what was up with the contract situation? You caused us this, you caused us that, you caused us this, you made this happen. Now we can't do this. Now we can't win that.
And what are you doing while this is happening?
For me, I'm just sitting there just looking.
Are you like, it's all right, or it's
Yeah,
you
I'm just
reacting to
No,
it?
I'm kind of ignoring it. At the same, I'm kind of ignoring
So
it.
who's gonna protect you? I mean, there's
Right.
some.
I mean, that's one
crazy
thing.
people.
That's one thing I've never been scared about being.
I know you're not scared. I'm saying, who's gonna protect you from doing the Jaleel Okafor?
Oh, nobody.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nobody, right, yeah.
Not who's gonna protect
Nobody,
you
right.
from them per se.
Nobody.
But who's gonna protect you from fucking up the rest of your money? and
Right,
your career?
exactly. Nobody. You just gotta sit. You just sit there. I'm telling you, if it's not for your upbringing, that's what keeps you cool. I'm telling you. Because if I was been brought up another way, something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people quick-tempered, a little more quick-tempered than others.
So did you?
But yeah, it was nobody. And that's how it is for a lot of players. You know what I'm saying? You get caught out in the public. Somebody say something reckless, and they expect everybody to be able to hold their skin or hold their tongue. But everybody, you got 500 players. You think everybody gonna hold their tongue? No, that's not gonna happen.
Have you ever gotten into a fight with a fan?
With a fan? Nah,
Where they had to hold you back, or or if you don't get out my face,
When I
I'm gonna fuck you
was
up.
for my birthday, we got into it. But I ain't get into it. But my homies got into it with these male strippers.
Where was this at?
We was at it was this club back in VA, and it was during the summer. My birthday in July, so it was during the summer. So we back in the club, and we get to the club, and they you know how they have like male review till like a certain time, till like 11 o'clock or whatever, to get all the women in there. Then they open it up to the club. So I think we get there just a little bit too early. So we had the back. So we ain't up there, right? We had the back, sit by the bar, way to cut. Ain't fucking with nobody. All the girls.
Right,
way
but the
up.
show is up
Yeah,
there.
the show is way up there. We in the back by the bar chilling. Me and my peoples, we got bottles, we back there drinking, we getting toasted. So when the show end, we all go to the dance floor. We on the dance floor now. Show over. We on the dance floor chilling. And then all of a sudden, this one dude, one of the male strippers come up to me. He was like, one of my peoples told me when I was on stage that you threw something at me. I'm like,
Wow.
what? I'm like, what?
Wow.
He was like, yeah, one of my people backstage told me that when I was on stage, you threw something at me. I was like, man, ain't nobody threw nothing at you. So I wave him off so he leave. So then he come back this time with 2 more male strippers. So then he's like, yeah, I found out that you did throw something. By the time he finished saying that, one of my homeboys, smacked him over the back of the head with a Heineken bottle. And then they snatched me out the crowd, and then it was just all mayhem just broke out. See, that's one thing about like being an athlete or whatever. You won't never have to raise your hand. I mean, if you there with your, if you there, if your people
right,
is, you don't never have to raise your hand.
And you shouldn't, really, but yeah. That's why I don't know. Was Jaleel by himself? I mean,
I don't know.
Did you see the
I
tape? He must have been there with like just maybe 2 other people. Cause I kept hearing the guy say, Jaleel, you don't need this, you don't need this. And then he pushed him aside. Bow! He hit that dude so hard, that dude's whole face was
What was
swollen.
the dude saying to him?
The Sixers suck. You suck. Whatever.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you know how much pressure that I'm putting on myself to get a win already? I got stress. I got so much stress on my shoulders right now. I got to go into work every day and look at this record. That's so much.
But he's used to winning.
Winning. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these young cats, they be used to it. They go to these good, go a lot high draft picks.
Right.
You go to a bad team.
Right.
They not used to win. You know what I'm saying? Philly was like this last year.
Right. So, they are strippers, huh?
Yeah, bro. So they.
And you were still in the Timberwolves. You still.
Nah, I wasn't with the Timberwolves. That's when before. I'm sorry. That was back when I was with the Warriors.
Okay, so
yeah,
when you came home, everybody was like, "Oh, Joe's back home. We're gonna go hang with Joe.
Yeah.
Go hang out, have a good time."
Yeah.
Okay.
My 21st birthday.
Hometown hero. We went to high school together. Everybody's giving you love. Everybody's giving you love. These dudes. They were jealous.
Everybody. When I say the owner, I went to the back with the owner of the club. We back there kicking it. He was like, "Man, I just want to thank you for coming in." Da 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 da.
Oh, you brought him money, that night.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't know, man. We wasn't even paying them dudes no attention up there.
But see, what happened was you took their fame away.
The attention away. Yup.
He was like, "Oh, who's that?
Yeah.
What y'all saying?" And they danced and the girl.
Yeah, so I had a big lawsuit and everything from there.
A lawsuit.
Yeah, they tried to press charges on me, right? A lawsuit, everything.
What was
I had
the
to go to
charges
court.
for?
They tried to say I beat him up. Like, you should have seen, like, the dude went to the hospital. You should have seen the pictures. Yo, they was beat up bad. Man, this dude had stitches, like, from the top of his neck, like, to the middle of his back, all the way down. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Not from the Heineken bottle.
From Heineken bottles and all types of bottles.
I might cut his ass.
But yeah, it was like, oh man. But I mean, they found out we had a witness. So a witness come in, bro.
Was it a real witness?
No, yeah. No. But one of the male strippers' girlfriends or ex-girlfriends at the time, girlfriend, whatever, she came in and told testified that they was in the back plotting that.
Right, because that's a plot.
Because they wanted to try and use the money, whatever they get from our lawsuit, and go on a trip. She came and told all that shit, bro.
Wow,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like that.
She came and told all that, bro.
They must have broke up or something.
Oh, it's something. Or she either felt bad because she knew that them what they did.
And plus, you was her hometown. She might have been from the same town you was from. Like, I seen him grow up. Why y'all doing this?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Because they weren't from there, I don't think. They weren't from there. But yeah, that was crazy.
And that was when you first came back, basically.
That was my first time back. My 20, because I got drafted at 19, played my first game, I was 20. I turned 20 during that summer, July. So I played my first game at 20. Came home the next year, and that summer I turned 21. I was doing that for my 20.
Did you realize you were this person yet?
Nah.
You know what I mean? That you were somebody that was like, if I can get him to hit me, I'm going to get paid.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? You were somebody, people looking at you like, you could be my ticket one way or another.
Yeah.
Right.
As a lottery ticket or a meal ticket, no. Because I heard about, situations like that, but I didn't think nobody would ever try that with me. Because I was cool with everybody. You know what I mean? I ain't never disrespect nobody. Anybody that, had something to say, I was cool with it. Cool with everybody. So I didn't think nobody would ever try that with me.
Especially back home.
Especially at home.
So when this hit the paper, what'd your mom say?
Man, Mom, she almost had a fit. But she knew. But one thing about it, when your mama know you, your mama know you. She knew it. I told her the story. She knew it. So she believed it. We just got our lawyer. We had a lawyer up. Got our lawyer. But when they hit the paper, everybody, it was going crazy. Everybody back home. They was like, what the? Because they knew, everybody know me back home. They was like, no way. Ain't no way he did this. That's what it is. No way he did this.
So how much were they suing you for?
It was just like what was it? It was like a couple $100,000 they was trying to get.
Like $250,000.
Something like that, yeah.
So they really just wanted to go on a trip.
They wanted to go on a trip. That would be out the country.
Right.
Yeah.
If it was a real lawsuit, I'd be like, I want $2 million.
Right, that's it. They just wanted to go on the trip.
Like, we just want enough to go on this trip, maybe get a BMW and call it a day.
Yup, there was 3 of them.
But they did get beat up.
They got locked up. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know how bad it, because I got pulled out, so I didn't know how bad it was. And I was outside. All of a sudden, you see the cop cars coming up. I'm like, oh shit. So they pulled I get snatched in the car, I get in my car, I just pull off. And I don't know what's going on inside no more.
So you had people in the car with you?
Yeah. So yeah, got them in. We was out. Got my cousins with me. 2 of my cousins. So once I got them in the car, we was gone. But we riding right past the police. We gone. Police coming in. We out.
So when did the police come to your house to question you?
I had to go to the station.
The next day.
Yep. They called me into the station. They fingerprinted me and everything. I was like, man, this is real, huh? I ain't never been in trouble before in my life. I was like, this is real.
They didn't print your mugshot in the paper, did they?
Nah.
Because that's what they do now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
No,
they fingerprinted. I don't think they took a mugshot. They just fingerprinted. They just fingerprinted me, and I was with my mom. She walked me through the court. Walked me through the.
Shit, they had enough pictures of you. From high school all the way to there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, after the Timberwolves, where'd you go?
Detroit.
You went to Detroit.
Yeah.
So,
for a year.
When they forced you to go to Detroit.
Detroit.
Where's your girl and your son at?
Back in Oakland. But we ain't together no more, though.
So, they're not at your house no more?
All
right. So, now she's gone. You got a new girlfriend.
That's when I'm with the woman I married.
This podcast series is produced by Walter Richardson and Kathy Berardi. For more information, visit upwardmediapartners.com. Associate producer and editor is Charlemagne Raffles. Writer is Doug Ward. And thank you for listening.